Sarah Dowling.
Mr Speaker, I rise in support of the Passports Amendment Bill number 2, and it is a true pleasure to take this short call because this is going to be a very popular move. We've all wanted this for a while, but in response to the member opposite, I think it's important to outline why it was the case that our 10-year validity period of passports reduced to 5, and that was, of course, on the back of the 9/11 attacks in the States, which were horrifying events and really did change the world landscape with regards to terror. And since then, we've seen such horrific events through ISIL and other terror groups. And so it is very important for us to take our security seriously. And as passports are our prime form of identification, we need to make sure that our passport holds its integrity and that we detract counterfeiters from preying on a passport that, as actually the member opposite did identify himself, he said that it is well respected and valued overseas. So as part of that, the government has looked at biometrics, bringing in place a chip to store biometric information about the passport holder in the passport. But of course, reducing the term was one way to detract counterfeiters from preying on our passport. So that was the reason, but of course since then we've secured the passport, the security is now good, we're quite pleased with where we've got to, and now it's time to increase the term again. And that will be well received. There's nothing worse than having to turn around and fill out more forms after a short time to reapply for travel. Because New Zealanders are a nation of travellers. In fact, 77% of us hold passports, and being, as the Minister said, geographically isolated as a country, the tradition has always been that Kiwis will fly and we head off and do our OE, or overseas experience. And I'm no exception to that, of course. And of course you needed a passport to do that. And I guess that's when I realised the full value of travelling on a Kiwi passport. It's well respected, our country is well respected overseas, and it helps the ease of travelling through Europe. So of course this is going to be a popular bill. It's going to be well received, but I certainly look forward to the process as we progress this through select committee stage. The other thing about this amendment bill is that it's not going to extend the validity period for children. Obviously, children's appearance changes too rapidly. And, you know, I've got a couple of children myself. I've seen how fast they grow. They sprout up like mushrooms. So security-wise, we simply can't issue them a 10-year passport. You'd take a photo and a couple of days later it just wouldn't reflect who they were. So it's important that we maintain that difference. It's important for security, and I think that, you know, Mum and Dad will understand that exemption with respect to maintaining our security, but having to update passports for their young ones. I want to touch on the online system because, of course, it is a target of this government under our better service public service targets to have most of, 70% in fact, of our interactions with government online. And so the online system of applying for passports has been well received, and the take-up has been very good. That's going to improve interactions with government, and the system again is secure and will help people through the process of applying for a passport and getting that as a good form and secure form of identification. So it's with pleasure that I see this partake in this first reading of this bill. I think it will be something that's well received by the public. It's refreshing, to say the least, to try and keep and minimise paperwork down. But at the same time, the public should be heartened that our passport is in a good space, it is secure, and obviously still well respected around the world. Thank you.